Hey YouTube, it's Logan Renee here for another video on something that we all struggle with, which is self-sabotage. Trust me, expert in this field, okay? Um, Most people will probably ask, like, what is self-sabotage? Like, how do I know when I'm actually, self-sabotaging? And I look at self-sabotage as the mountain that you choose to place between you and your goal, right? So if your goal is losing weight, you choose to sit there and eat 16 brownies. I keep bringing up brownies because I love brownies, or donuts, or a lot of bread. Bread makes you gain weight, but yet you just keep eating it because it's something that you're craving, something that you want. So you choose that instead of choosing your goal. I think self-sabotage is anything that you choose opposite of your goal, to simplify it. I mean, it comes from like small things. So instead of you going to therapy over stuff that happened to you in your childhood, or happened in your relationship, or happened, at work, or something that's really traumatic and you just can't seem to get past, your mountain that you choose to put in the way of that is drinking or going out all the time or whatever, instead of facing your problem. So that's blocking you from getting peace about the situation and moving on from that situation. That's just an example. Or, you are seeking to be whole, like you're seeking to truly know yourself. You're seeking to get to the bottom, or I guess the foundation of who it is that you truly are. And instead of you getting to know that person, you go and you have sex. So to me, dating somebody that you know is not your spouse, spending time with people that you know aren't for you, is a mountain. Is a mountain that you've chosen to place in the middle between you and your goal of wholeness, or your goal of peace, or whatever it is that you're seeking. A lot of reasons why we self-sabotage. One is fear, just afraid. You're used to failing. You're used to getting stuff wrong. You don't feel like doing it. That's a form of why we self-sabotage. And you don't feel like falling and starting over, or failing and everybody knowing about it. It's one of the reasons why we self-sabotage. But I do believe in my whole heart there are ways that we can overcome self-sabotage. Number one is, instead of focusing on 10 things, 60 things, 40 things, focus on one thing. Take the time to focus and hone in and put all of your energy and effort into that one thing instead of 100 things. I have to remind myself of this always. This video that I'm recording right now, I had to focus solely on this thing instead of on editing it and the lighting and, making sure it's up, and the description, all of that great stuff. I only can focus on one thing at a time. And we end up not doing stuff because we're trying to focus on too much stuff. And in the book, The One Thing by Jay Papasan and Gary Keller, they talk about how when you focus on one thing, it's really a domino effect that knocks out other stuff, honing in on one thing. That's number one. Number two is, more than anyone which days of the week, or which weekend, or which trip is just going to set you off. So go ahead and prepare yourself for it. I like to call it pre-planning. If I go out to eat with the girls, then I'm going to get a salmon and salad. If I go out of state, then I'm gonna pack some snacks. Instead of, when I go on trips, I don't know what it is about trips, but on trips I always want to get some chips. I wouldn't buy these chips normally at home. I wouldn't eat them at home, but child, let me go on a trip, okay? Hot Chester fries, amazing. Cheeto Paws are the devil. I can't even believe they brought those back. They are amazing. I was so happy that the Fritos Ranch wasn't as good as they were back in the day. If y'all know, Fritos Ranch used to be like so good, but I tasted them. They're not even the same. So I was grateful for that. But those Cheetos Paws, those are the devil. But anyway, I try to pre-plan stuff. I try to create systems. I try to create rituals. If you're going to eat clean 6 days, and on that 7th day, you go have some drinks and, go eat something that is not as healthy, Promise yourself 6 days of eating clean. And even on that 7th day, I wouldn't say every single meal should be, terrible, but, just enjoying your life. If you love a brownie, like me, or if you love a piece of cheesecake, one won't hurt you, but having a piece of cheesecake every day, no, you can't do it. Pre-plan your slip-up days. My day is Wednesday. I don't know what it is about Wednesday, but I'm always really, really hungry. I don't know if you all have those days, but I'm always so hungry on Wednesdays. So in the morning, I would try to pack as much protein into that morning so that night, when I'm usually so hungry and I can't take it, I'm not snacking or eating as much as I would, normally. And this is what I'm going to say about 6 days of going in. Okay? You deserve an off day or a Sabbath, as believers would say, a Sabbath day or a rest day or a procrastination day or an off day. If and only if you have went hard for the other 6 days. If you have not went hard for the other 6 days, you do not deserve a day off. You can't watch Netflix all day. You can't watch Hulu all day if you did not go hard for the other 6 days. Self-sabotage is also lying to yourself. If you didn't go hard, if you went hard only 2 days, you can't rest 4 days. God, created this earth, and the only reason why he took off on that Sabbath day is because he went in. So be honest with yourself. If you haven't went hard the other 6, no, you do not deserve an off day or procrastination day. But if you have, you truly deserve that day, because on that day is where you get to reflect and renew and rejuvenate and get ready to go hard for another 6 days. That's number 2. Number 3 is don't waste the momentum. I love Tony Robbins, and he always talks about when you're in that moment and when you're in that space and you're all enthusiastic. I love going to conferences. So in conferences, oh my God, you feel like you're about to go change America. Like you are so driven, right? And then you get home and you like, and he says you have to commit to something in that space. While you're sitting there, before you leave that building, before you leave that state or that area, you have to commit to doing at least one thing that you promised yourself. Because in that moment, there's still momentum. There's still drive, you're still excited about it. So don't wait. I know a lot of people like, I'm going to wait to 2-3 weeks to go to gym. Go to gym today. You may not start with your trainer until next week, but go ahead and start today. I'm going to start eating healthy. You can start today by stop going to Popeyes and Taco Bell. Okay? Stop putting money in these people's pocket and killing your spirit and killing your body. Go ahead and start on it today. Don't even wait. I'm going to start saving. You can start today by not going out to eat later on tonight. Y'all know how to cut back on stuff. Number 4 is don't start unless you're going to finish. When I'm working on different stuff, if I know I'm not going to finish it, I'm not going to even start it. Because unless it's going to take you a couple of days to knock something out, but y'all know what I'm talking about. You said you're going to write a chapter or you're going to read a chapter or whatever. Don't even start the chapter if you know you're not going to finish it. Start what you're going to finish, because it really gives you momentum to go ahead and knock out the next thing. And you want to make sure you're blocking out time to get stuff done. Number 4 is something I got from Grant Cardone. He was like, no matter what is going on in his life, no matter whatever the goal is, he does not move his deadline back. I like to call it a lifeline. He said a deadline. He does not move the deadline. No matter what happens, don't move the deadline. And this is what I like to say all the time. The promise is not going to go away because your procrastination. The promise is not going to stop because you don't feel like doing it. The promise is always in motion because God is always working. So since the promise is the promise, your action has to back up the promise all the time. Your drive, your love for your purpose, your why has to keep moving, because the promise doesn't change. When God drops ideas into our spirit, when he drops purpose into our soul, it's done. Only thing we have to do is match it with our action. And the way we can do that is not by moving our deadline back and back and back. You guys, I'm so excited about my book being published this year. which is 2018, because I've been talking about this book since 2014. Y'all, that is 4 years. People are so tired of me even talking about it. And it's people that I'm close to. You know, it's like, how long are you going to talk about this thing? Are you going to do it, or are you just going to keep talking about it? And that's for me. So for you all, make sure you don't move your deadline. Make sure you do not move your date back like I did for 4 years. Like I said, they'll be published this year. And the last one is number 5 is focus solely on what it is that you want. Focus on the finish line only. Focus on the end goal only. Because looking to your left, looking to your right, looking down, you know, looking sideways is not going to keep you focused on the direction that you're headed in. Focus solely on the finish line. Even if you've tried 2 million times. So try 300 million times, you know. Keep falling and keep getting back up. Something that Autumn Calabrese says. She's a part of the Beachbody family. She said, if you're tired of starting over, stop giving up. If you're tired of starting over, then stop giving up. I was like, oh, that's good. I'm telling you all, I catch nuggets from everything. And I was doing her 21-day fix video, and she said it. I stopped the video and I wrote that quote down. I was like, yes, Autumn, that was life, honey. And it's true. Stop giving up. If you tired of starting over, then stop giving up. Yes, you ate the cheesecake. Whatever. Go work out tomorrow, you know, cut your calories on tomorrow. And a perfect example of this is a person that, you know, didn't give up was George Washington Carver. How do you create over 118 things out of a sweet potato? I mean, I would have stopped at slithered sweet potatoes and circled sweet potatoes. You know, that would have been my contribution to this world. But George Washington Carver was like, we can do some more stuff with this sweet potato. He created over 300 different things with a peanut. Half of the stuff that's in our kitchen and our cleaning products came from his idea from a peanut. That's amazing. You know, that's a true indication of focusing on the finish line. And make sure you cheer yourself on through the finish line. That's how you can really run away from self-sabotage. It's cheering yourself on when you knock out those little goals, and you knock out, you know, that list that you have for the day, and that you accomplish it. It's gonna be tough. It's gonna be tough. It's gonna be hard. But that finish line is gonna be a beautiful thing that you truly, you know, have earned and worked hard for. I will catch you all on the next video. Make sure you have subscribed to this channel for updates. It's going to be videos that's going to help you throughout your life. And trust me, when I say that I'm on this journey with you all, I truly mean that. I think that anytime we go on a soulcation, which is a vacation for your soul, together, we actually do grow together. I will see you all on the next video. Have a good night.